Hello, I'm Stephen Monkey Mason, and I'm finally back with Paul Ray and Lubo Carl. Finally back because we're an hour late tonight. Me and Paul even was going to start the labyrinth because Carl went to the tip and forgot what time it was. Oh yeah. This is going to be Police Academy 7, also known as Mission to Moscow, and I'm going to count down from 3 to 1 to play. So.
Are you on the one, yeah?
Yeah, 3, 2, 1. There you go, play. Boom, boom, boom. Now, I actually watched this after Police Academy 6 the other night while I was in. I was paying many attention. I'm glad I did because I did not fucking remember the movie, and it's just good because I'm going to point some stuff out. First off, look at that font.
What the hell's up there?
Yeah, because it's scroll right.
Fucking not only scroll right on neon colours, man.
Oh my god. What the heck?
This is definitely not the theme that we've been following the last 6 films.
No, not really. Who's got the telly really loud?
Not me.
No, that's my volume. There you go, I'm done.
There you go. Police Academy, even Mission to Moscow, cross-cutting.
Yeah, it's like Home Alone. You know, Home Alone comes together.
See, now Paul McCloskey is involved in this, so he's been in it all the way. So I totally understand if this was somebody brand new just taking over, but it's really weird that he would go to
Oh god, she is so cross-eyed and he's playing the game with no cartridge in.
with no carriage in.
Oh,
But she's just so cross-eyed.
I don't know which one to look at. Do you look at the game or
Oh, I totally forgot about it. It was all about the game. The polar bear doing the dance. Yeah, I forgot about that.
the terrorist game?
Now this, to be honest with you, this is the biggest scale out of the 7 movies, this. There is literally location after location. And but again, it's got one of the campiest scores. It is scored like a Looney Tunes animation.
Christ, man, that guy's name.
Right,
Christ.
no game in it. I mean, the error of the Game Boy, man.
Yeah.
This is like 20 seconds into it, it's already terrible.
But is nobody on set gonna like pick that up? Surely. Or maybe they just don't care. Because I mean, like I say, we're going off the last one where they admitted that there wasn't really much money to be made out of it. So it's very unusual how they got away with even doing this one.
I know.
Obviously because adults don't know how to use computer games, did they? Everyone would have been saying the same thing in the early 90s, going, there's no game in it, there's no game in it.
All you have
But
to
you
do
can
is
tell
get a
this
sticker.
Guy never picked up a Game Boy in his life, has he? So he has no idea how it works.
No.
Fucking German suplexer off there. Now, there we go. This has the biggest fucking cast. Like, when are you talking about name-checking people? Ron Perlman, yes, it's an earlier role, but Christopher fucking Lee's about to turn up.
Yeah, you messages of a night.
Christopher Lee.
Yourself, eh?
Look at that look, man. He's a right villain, isn't he?
Now, Ron Perlman, what nationality is he? Because obviously when he first broke out, he's playing a Russian, but obviously known for being in City of the Lost Children, which is obviously a French movie. He's got a lot of ties to Europe.
And obviously he was in Alien Resurrection, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, that's the guy who directed Emily, yeah.
No idea.
He was born in Bexar County, Texas, USA.
See, you wouldn't have said he was a Texan. Anyway.
No, I tell a lie. That's someone called Ronnie Perlman.
Oh my
who
God.
also died in 1977.
You see how quick he was to check himself before he wrecked himself there, like.
How did I get Ronnie Perlman?
I think Klaus had too much sugar or something today.
Is that a diabetic joke like those?
Hey.
Hey. Because of the AIDS. Now, I remember watching this on VHS maybe once. That's it. I think I've seen this film once.
This,
That's what I'm not going to.
I remember seeing this on the shelf. There he is.
Yep.
Christopher Lee, the legend himself.
Now, this looks like, I mean, look at the plants the other way around. So this is the second... There he is.
Yep.
That's what Michael Winslow.
I know it's not. Michael Winslow gets name checked. Tackleberry. Probably one of his last movies.
Yeah, I think it would be.
I mean, the score here is so Hot Shots.
Yeah.
I see what we found sound effects.
Oh, it's just nah.
So I just
Claire
wanted to
Forlani,
it's
man.
actually based in New York City.
I'm just saying there, Claire Forlani's in this as well, who obviously went on to have quite an successful career. Absolutely beautiful hair, though.
I think of her, and I think of two films. The obviously Mallrats.
Yeah.
And what was the one with Brad Pitt, where he played the devil?
The Devil's Own.
Meet Joe Black. Meet Joe Black.
All right. Yeah. Meet Joe Black. Yeah. She's in Mystery Men as well.
Oh shit! Oh yeah. Oh, it's such a good. We should do that film. I really want to do that one.
Pee Wee Herb, isn't it?
It's out on Blu-ray now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Arrow, was it? Not Arrow. 88 films or something. Did it?
Yeah. I mean, this is.
Supposed to be like that.
There's a really nice German steelbook actually. It's not that expensive.
You said that about Total Recall the other night. It's 50 fucking quid. I looked.
Call that.
Well, it may have gone up. I don't know. Like, last time I looked, it was fairly reasonable.
I see what I mean about it. The Looney Tunes sound effects, mate.
Oh, I mean, even the colour. Now, this guy, obviously, the lad from 5 and 6 hasn't come back, so they've replaced him again.
With another very generic looking person. But as you mentioned the colour there, Paul, what are you thinking now? It definitely screams 90s to me.
Yeah.
I know it's only just about 90s, but like, you can tell.
I mean, the stunt guy here. Sorry, guys. The cross between the stunt guy and this guy's face is a completely different guy. Can you do this?
It's always the wig, though. I always see the wig that gives it away. I know they try their best, but still.
Crazy, no? Even the acting's even terrible.
Yeah. Tackleberry. So yeah, this is like the last of the call, so they haven't got many of the cast back.
So yeah, I can't remember, was it on the last podcast that did it get recorded when I was talking about Bubba Smith?
Yeah, I think maybe it was at the end.
Yeah.
About hooks.
But yeah, cause that was my biggest surprise. So like, I did not know anything about the fact that Hooks didn't get asked back and he didn't come back because of that. Kind of gives you a little bit more respect for the actor, because, you know, it would have been an easy payday for him.
One of the reasons why they might have done that, though, is because it depends on the work union in filming about how many Americans have come over to Russia to work. Because technically they're working, and it might be work visas, so that maybe is one thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can I just say something? You know, the films have said, oh, I haven't aged at all. They do now. They look from Harris. Harris looks normal.
Harris looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
But everyone else looks so old. Oh, Christ.
I mean, they're trying to say that Hooks couldn't have had that role there. She could have just had a brief cameo and not had to go to Rut. And you know what I mean? She's one who doesn't
Well,
go.
that's it. I mean, this is a film where I can't imagine, like, there was that much filmed in Russia that they couldn't afford to put her in, like, you know, a scene.
Oh,
It's just one of those things. Makes no sense.
Just early 90s cheese, man.
So this is direct-to-video, was it?
Yeah.
They said these days it would be straight Netflix or something, wouldn't it? No.
Yeah.
Well, this is it. I mean, like I said, it's kind of interesting that they even got a number 7 out of it, because, like I say, the thought process from what I read from number 6 was that even when they were filming it, they admitted that they weren't expecting anything. They weren't expecting much revenue. It was something that they just wanted to kind of do. So when you think about how much the 6th one lost in terms of money, and then obviously it wasn't exactly favoured, so how on earth they thought they'd get away with doing a 7th one, I'm not sure.
It's
like
like...
different, like, Lestar's office is so empty now. Look how empty it is.
Well, look at the fake wall, man, in the background.
Yeah.
Just to put it on there, but you talk about like 90s movies, stuff like, say for example, Problem Child 3 that comes along, and it's not the same kid, but it's the same grandpa, and like you've got all these like cash-in sequels that went straight to VHS just because the video market was so popular. No.
Right.
So we've got no Hightower, no Hooks. We've got no Proctor. Any Butskis.
No.
Many Butskis. And look at that fucking hell, man.
I know, you can't get any more cheesy.
It's probably their VCR like shot league, isn't it? How a director that.
Fucking Christopher Lee, man. That is fucking Dracula himself.
I mean, it's not even like he's unknown at this point. It's like, how did he get his name attached to this?
What's Count Dooku doing on this one, honestly?
I know.
Like, what the fuck? Whistle down the wind.
That's what Mason does. Mason's all people. Like I said, I remember little bits of this, but not too much. So this is like watching it for the first time for me.
It's interesting because I feel like as I'm watching it, I'm like almost 10 seconds ahead. So as soon as I saw the polar bear dance, I was like, okay, I know what that is. It's like it's almost like a reminder. But yeah, I mean, look at the fucking medals on that jacket.
I mean, to be honest with you, what's fucking terrifying here, you wouldn't think Christopher Lee would live another 20 years after this, and Tackleberry would only live a couple of years after. Do you know what I mean? That's just like that.
Yeah.
You just don't know what the fucking's going to happen the next day. Now, she
But then
is...
again, she's a very pretty girl, like.
She is.
But if you take Christopher Lee's mustache off from there, he doesn't look like he's aged a day when you consider, like I say, Star Wars. You know, like he just hasn't aged at all.
Look at that guy holding up the
Star
fucking
Wars.
dictaphone.
Maybe he was Dracula.
And obviously trying to catch it, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Gremlins too, man.
Oh yes, Gremlins too. He looks older in this, and he looks younger and older. That's weird. That's weird.
So, again though, he's the same. This is like sort of, let's go to Russia, but this time the fucking have gone like Miami and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because predominantly the rest of the movie is like set over there, so...
So what are we going to Russia for anyway? Because I haven't got the subtitles on.
They've gone to Russia because Ron Perlman's taken over the world with that video game.
So what are they going to Russia for?
Because they're the only ones who can stop them.
How do they
It's
know
just a movie.
Police Academy.
It's just a movie.
I know. I'm watching my volume down, so I don't know what's going on.
So here he goes. Get in the first car, so he gets in the fucking hearse. But again, though, this takes him out in a portion of the movie. He goes off and films his own stuff.
Yeah.
He spent time for family, didn't he, for ages or something? I remember.
So many.
But
Again, though, he's doing the whole Mahoney thing, like checking on the girl straight away.
Yeah.
But it's funny, though, because what was Steve Guttenberg doing at this time, though? Because I think the only thing I can really put a check on that is maybe a film called The Big Green.
the Disney one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fucking hell, he got to that funeral quick.
I mean, the soccer.
Sucker.
Suka.
He's such a good actor, isn't he?
He's fucking brilliant. I can't say I've seen him in anything else. I love it how Tackleberry keeps catching everyone's keys in a second. One. Oh, I'll have that one as well. It's the fucking corny sound effects.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the trailer quite a lot because the na it's quite trailered.
I can't quite put my finger on because, like, you know, when films are like ridiculously bad or just over the top or cheesy stuff like that, this kind of is that. It knows it is. I feel like it's embracing it, but it's just not working.
I think it's tried, but again, it's just too little, too late.
Yeah. But we've obviously gone through the entire series, and you can see how drastically different it is.
Oh yeah, I mean this is like sort of, you know, it's not grounded and gritty. I mean the fucking swipe effects don't help at all.
I know.
No.
I know. I know, it's terrible.
But like you're talking about other stuff like in the 90s, if you think about stuff that came along, like the Addams Family 3 with Tim Curry, you know, Straight Out, and they're just, you know, cashing in on the name, stuff like that. Police Academy's part of that, you know.
Yeah.
I'm in the bathroom.
Come in there. What's the people guys on this?
Now, this is meant to be a U originally, and then I nearly messaged you guys the other night when it was on, but I've left it as a surprise of why I was shocked it's even a fucking PG.
It's a PG, is it?
Aye.
She looks old now, doesn't she?
She's definitely aging, isn't she?
The wall of age is so much, it's unbelievable. I can't believe it. It was what?
Right, he's got the
89 to it.
he's got the game in.
Yeah, he's Christopher Lee. He knows what the crack is.
Fu Manchu. He's actually Fu Manchu. Fu Manchu? Who's Fu Manchu?
Let's see if I... In terms of the Game Boys, did you...
I mean, it's definitely a product placement, isn't it?
And that's not even... That's a Game Boy. It's a Game Boy, but obviously that's all coloured screen.
I know.
Obviously that's not on the sweet screen.
Could be a Game Boy Color, even though
No.
that
Game Boy
wouldn't have
Colors
been
were
out yet, would
small.
it?
No, Game Boy Colors were smaller. I would put a Game Boy Color in it.
You've got to look at the advance of technology there then to now, and like you got all these downloads and apps and shit on your phone, and I've got The Simpsons tapped out, and you think of the colour, the resolution, like fuck me, it's free.
Mate, on the phones now, there's more technology than they had in 1968 on the space, on Apollo missions.
Yeah, that's it, and that's when you look at it.
If you watch Apollo 13, but had to get like 10 amp fuse to work, it's unbelievable. I mean, it's like, 13 amp fuse to work, it's unbelievable. But the technology in your phone now is more than they had for space. And people make films on their phones all the time, like Carl was saying. I mean,
Yeah.
you can just download an app and there you go, film, done straight away.
Is that the first time Jones had ever been called out for these noises? Because normally they play on it that the person, whoever is taking the mick out of, has no
Yeah.
idea what's going on. Yeah, Christopher Lee's character just totally like picked up on it was him and chucked the board rubber at him. It's like quite unusual. First time he'd been called out on it.
I had a chalk thrown at me one time at school when I was talking.
Ah, that explains the look. Sorry. Hey. I don't know if we ever got. I don't know. I once chucked a pen and it missed my teacher's head by like a millimetre. I've never had such a like heart attack in one moment. It was just like obviously chucking at my friend being responsible.
How the hell did that thing that Christopher Lee with his fingers?
It's a movie.
I know. It's just a
That's a channel in itself, isn't it? It's just a movie. Oh, you got your faction figures on this one?
No, I'm streaming it from the phone. You have to do it.
I thought you had this month. It made no money whatsoever. I'm looking at the moment. The budget was estimated at 6,200,000, and it grossed in the US. Well, I'll say it grossed worldwide $126,247.
Jesus Christ.
This made
Can I just say
no money.
something? His quote is absolutely massive on him. It's like something from Brain Dead or something. Or Dead Alive.
You know though, like again, they say it made no money now, but like, do you not think it's made its money back with being in the box set for so long? Because you can't buy the Police Academy as solo anymore.
I think it's free for box set, mate.
It gets chucked in there.
Yeah, they make more money on the first ball than they would on this one.
I suppose, I mean, if you average out the Blu-ray box set, what, like say 20 quid? You probably get cheaper now, but like let's just say an average of 20 quid. It is quite, you know, it's probably made a bit of money there. But
Box set's $14.99.
$14.99. Right. But when it first came out, I reckon it would probably go for about 20. Do you reckon?
Probably, yeah, but
Oh yeah.
7 Blu-rays in a box set.
yeah,
Are you watching this on Blu-ray, Mason?
yeah.
What's it look like?
It's not bad. The sound's really good. That's why it sounds terrible, but the cheesy sound effects, but like it hasn't got any grain. It's a nice, like,
No.
smooth picture.
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
Even the
does
DVD
anyone
when
want
I
to
watched
talk
it, it's
about?
fairly decent.
I was gonna say, does anyone want to talk about Ron Perlman really looking like a chimpanzee or not?
I mean,
Looks like Hellboy,
it
right?
being said, see, this is another thing I've always, like, now that I've seen it, I've remembered, because he pretty much spends the entire film sitting there counting money. I'm sure he's there for, like, the best part of the film, that's his own role, just sitting there.
I'm in the bathroom.
No, but Ron Perlman, I think he's such a... I don't think I've ever seen him in something that I really didn't like, but then there was that, the sequel to In the Name of the King, which I didn't watch, which he was in that, I think. But,
Oh, I mean, he's a good actor, but again, though, like when you get established like that, you can just take paychecks. You know what I mean?
yeah. I think he was, like, smart. I mean, if you've ever seen Sons of Anarchy, like I say, he's just absolutely excellent in that film. But like I say, Ron Perlman will be the original Hellboy as far as live action.
Oh
I agree
yeah,
with
they
you
should
there.
have done a trilogy. I mean, I've seen the new one, and I was like, what the fuck?
I think that's the sad thing about it though, because the third one was like, it's written, it's ready to go. Yes, it was going to cost a bit more money, hence why it didn't happen, because the second one apparently didn't make enough money. But I just think, you know, there's so many films out there that get made that shouldn't. And I'm just thinking, I'm not going to be able to say it. Del Toro will go with that. He has such a good, like, tone on that series, and I thought,
Yeah.
he deserved to have the third one made, like. But sadly, we'll never see that, I don't think.
At the end of the
Yeah,
day,
definitely.
we've talked about this before. Blade Runner was a flop. They were talking about on the Thing podcast last night that the Thing was a flop. Time, you know what I mean? Time discovery is what makes movies. Now, has anyone ever seen Tackleberry do any form of flip?
Nope.
No, he's not that way inclined at all.
Well, get
Other than
ready.
a forward roll.
Get ready for one.
Missed spoil it. Oh, correct. I know when a stunt guy hit his face with his arm.
Like fucking hell, man.
I think the most active I've seen him is where he does like a forward roll.
Yeah, with a gun, yeah.
But they're all getting more of they're more getting showcased, aren't they? Because there's less and less of the original cast.
Yeah.
Like say, well, we're talking about in the last couple of ones where Tackleberry had like maybe 3 solid scenes, but that's it, you know. Whereas now you can even see in this film how they're a very close knit team. You know, like they're almost all of them are on the screen at the same time.
Harris has a lot in this movie, like.
Yeah. Well, he's almost, I think, not in the same character, but he's almost like taking Mahoney's role.
Mm.
Like he's becoming, to me, I feel like he's become almost the main character because some of the other ones, like, you know, Jones, he's funny when he makes a sound effect, but like, for a lot of it, if you take that out, he's very much taking a backseat, where Harris not only gets the jokes, but he also is part of the story. He's always like involved quite heavily.
He's definitely took on some stuff that Proctor would have probably done.
Yeah.
Physical.
I'd be interested in why he didn't come back. I wonder if there was a reason behind that.
Mm.
Yeah, I think it was one of the last films was Pleasantville with Tobey Maguire, or was it
Oh. I love Pleasantville.
It's one of them too, yeah.
Well, he's in that, is he?
Sure was. Yeah.
Paul Walker's in it as well,
Pleasantville.
and he's the boyfriend.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just added on sound effect, that.
Yeah, definitely. No, I think you're right, Paul. I think you should definitely give it a rewatch. I reckon the Blu-ray might make it look really nice now that you've got the higher quality picture rate, especially going from black and white to colour.
Yeah. I think
As long as it's done right.
I'll find it.
Them two are really short.
Yeah.
He's dead creepy, that kid.
Yeah.
I recognise him out of something else.
So the first film was what, 1980, wasn't it, the very first film, or 1981? And the last film was 1981.
Yeah.
10 years, yeah.
Still, that's a lot of films in such a small space of time.
Yeah.
The thing is, what gets me was it 2, 3, and 4, and 5 on the TV all the time, all the time on 90v2. Number 7 never gets shown on TV. I've never seen it once on TV for
I think I have, but I think literally it was probably in the era of when it first came out. That's why I think I've seen it twice, because I'm sure I've seen it on VHS, and I'm sure I saw it once on the telly. I'm sure.
I mean, these are not on any kind of digital platform, are they?
Definitely, no, yes. Not on, if you go on YouTube and type Police Academy and you can buy the films on there. So yeah, they'll be on Amazon and they'll be on Google Play.
Now, coming off the sound, I'm pretty daft, but am I daft for being really shocked that there was a Ferris Bueller TV show?
Well, yeah.
No, you're not.
I've never heard of that.
There's also a Weird Science TV show. But I've just seen before, Carl, actually, when I was looking for Police Academy 7 on YouTube, the TV show's on there. The full episodes from different seasons on there, yeah.
Oh, cool. Because this guy here, the Mahoney character, he plays Ferris Bueller in that series.
Alright.
Oh, yeah, I can see it.
So is anything else he's in or not?
So I've got Diagnosis Murder. Actually, yeah, that's what I know him from the Dick Van Dyke's Bloody Murder TV series. I think he's like a main character in it. I mean, I don't think that's what you remember him on.
No, but it's normally on television, that though.
Something called 18 Again, which he did in 1988. Let's see. He did the voice of the Flash in Batman Unlimited. A lot of voice work.
That's where the money's at, man.
So this is his big break.
I mean, what's going on here?
Oh, I remember this scene as well, yes. This is just an excuse to get some, like, not stunts, but something like clever.
Leslie Easterbrook's there, just like, right, this is not what I remember. Be interesting to know if they all got equal pay as well, you know.
Yeah, I think.
Oh my God, he's
There's got to be a reason for why they came back, but yeah, I can imagine some of them getting a bit more than others, especially in the era.
The swipes just look like, oh, which one do you want? This scene? Oh, go for that one. On this scene, yeah, let's go for the star.
Oh God, here we go, a bit of slapstick.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that clip of the guy who goes to chuck the log and knocks himself clean out?
No.
He's like instantly just like goes to chuck the log comes around and hits him in the back of the head as he chucks it, and he's like knocked out and he just goes to the floor.
Oh God, you're right, to spin off a film on this, isn't he?
Well, again, that's it though. I mean, this is probably shot with a second unit, or like they've had him for like a week or something, you know what I mean? You've got to think of like how they sometimes do this kind of stuff scheduling wise.
Yeah. I guess brave.
I mean, this bit here.
Oh God, I remember this bit.
Good old camera check.
Man. That's just reverse, right? That was terrible, that.
I mean, no suspicious here at all, is it?
Well, he spends half the film looking for bugs and stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I remember a little bit now.
Some of this film,
Use a spatula.
to be honest with you, right, seems overcranked, like really fast paced. Like speeded up a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only on an hour and 22 minutes.
Thank
Yeah.
God for that.
I mean, to be honest with you though, I watched The Relic last night for that podcast, and I could not fucking see that movie. And that's a movie that could definitely have 15 minutes cut out of it.
Right.
Such a good film. That's always been a complaint of the film. Like I said, there's a new version in America, but again, I think it's still really dark. I think it's in full screen also for some strange reason. There's something about the print of it that wasn't right.
There's a guy who directed Time Cop and stuff, Peter Hams.
Oh, Time Cop.
Time Cop and Van Damme movies. So, like, if you look down his resume, he hasn't really done any other action horrors.
Is that baked beans in there? That's very watery, those baked beans. Like.
I think he realised that Mick Story might have put fucking staples in that, and he's going to chuck it down the fucking pond.
I didn't mention any names to protect me innocent.
I've already messaged Mick about that. I was like, giving you some fucking grief. Well, he's listening to them now, so... I mean, of course Harris is underneath the fucking sink.
No, naturally, yeah.
That plumbing needs fixing. It went straight to the thing and didn't go for anything else with it.
I'd like to add in multiple taglines from this film. Very adventurous and very imaginative. Kicking buttski, making you laughski, and the academy is backski. Those are the taglines for this film.
Fucking
I
hell.
believe it. It was a terrible pun.
Right, how is this a PG right now? Because there are some boobs right now on screen.
Yeah, but no, there's no nipples. The nipples are where they all. Well, I suppose
I can see a nipple.
nipples.
I can see nipples right there. I can see tan lines as well. How is that a PG?
I wonder if it's timing, because like, how long was it? Maybe 2 seconds? Maybe 3 seconds?
Which,
Well, I think PG's still alright for it. There was full nudity, obviously, you know.
Oh, here's another one. Just when we thought the Cold War was over, leave it to these guys to heat it up again.
yeah, I remember that from the movie trailer. That
That briefcase looks like the James Bond collection on DVD from years ago. When it released
oh my
box
god!
years ago.
I mean, look at the fucking map he's drew.
Yeah, it's not the one I would go to. It's not the one that you forget about this one, really.
It was a 12 in Norway.
It's because of the butt skis.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, you did take a piss on it this week. It's been Harris become like a freaking spy.
Uh-oh.
No, that can't be a PG.
Balls.
Cock and balls on the screen, how are you, man? Kids are watching this.
I recognise the henchman from Summit.
The one with funny hair.
Aye.
So I was about to say the same thing.
He kind of like, I want to see some kind of like British punts in a movie or something.
Oh, back to the goldfish again.
Back to the goldfish.
Fed to death. I mean,
Yeah,
almost
it's
like
not
name
too
checking.
bad.
I mean, again, they've got some locations for this, mind.
Yeah.
Oh no, here we go.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the big gets shot and it goes back and forward and stuff. Oh, I remember it now.
I don't recall this bit.
Oh, it's so bad, mate.
Fucking smacked the head off the gun.
Give it all wifey. Look at the curtains. Can you remember everybody had curtains and stuff like that?
Oh, I had curtains at some point.
Oh man, it's so bad. I remember this bit. He speaks pure English.
And it's just when it does the stunts, it's definitely not him.
say it, but you know, yeah.
Keep watching. Oh God. Jesus Christ. That was terrible.
There was just no point.
How big do you need a sign?
Well, it's just for this gag, innit?
I know, but you just look. Oh, never mind. I've never seen it. I've never seen that sign ever in my life. Wesley Wabbit. I'm from Wabbits.
He would have been a great Elmer Fudd in the live action, actually.
Oh, gotta get a Pepsi. English
Right,
and
this
a
is
Pepsi
just
Russian
where...
on
So this is just where Jones has been, because the fucking Pepsi stand's there.
Yeah. Why did he look like he should come out of a 19... Well, they both look like he should come out of a 1920s film.
I was about to say this thing. She looks like she's from a 1930s film. Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. You know, in Russia. I mean, are you interested in that character at all?
I'm interested in her, but that's it.
It's just
All
not.
about the eyes.
But again, they would have had to bring her over from America as well. Why didn't you cast a Russian?
Yeah. Don't know very many famous Russians.
Must be the accent. Must have to they kind of dumb it down a bit for the audiences, so it's not thick. Me is very smart. Yes.
I mean, even this is a big set.
I agree.
Yeah, I think this is the bit I remember saying in the last podcast. Was like, I thought they were trapeze, but this is vaguely what I remember.
Greatest Showman. Whoa, whoa.
Sounded just like, oh.
Thanks, man. I sound like Hugh Jackman there, didn't I? Now he's back in his.
Hugh Jackman.
And now he's back in his Ferris. He's just been for the Ferris Bueller audition.
I was about to say that he's back in his forest. Ferris? No, his jacket, yeah.
Oh!
Ouch. Are we thinking that's a genuine? No, surely not.
Nah, he's been given an extra 50 quid just to fall on that one, man.
Yeah.
Isn't the announcer just standing there? He's just standing back. The guy.
That looks so painful when it goes down on a guy's shoulders. I've seen it. Balancing the thing on the two shoulders there.
You lied to me.
I watched Ferris Bueller a few weeks ago, actually. It's one of those I can go back to anytime I watch.
So is Ferris Bueller imaginary friend of Cameron?
They want as many theories that film has.
And then I watched Breakfast Club the next day.
That was definitely in my top 5 films.
Yeah, that's what I said it for you. That's what I watched it for. Look at this old man. What the heck?
Now this is just a bit silly.
It's strange because those two blokes don't look like they fit the picture of what's going on.
Can you imagine the lawsuit you would have for this, though? Strapped into someone's jeans like that and just be like...
Eh? That could just stop any time, couldn't it? I wonder if this was made for like a Russian tourist board or something like that. Just promote it.
Yeah.
And you couldn't get away with doing that to somebody.
Have you ever been in a situation like that where you've been pulled in to be a part of a performance?
When I went to Coronation Street, and you know, like the visit, you could visit a set and stuff.
Yeah.
I went down there for college and that.
Now check this stunt out.
Whatever. Whatever. And then they would do like a thing on like it was a green screen, and then one of the girls pointed at me to do it. It's like, oh no. So I set up and did the big performance. I was like,
Oh,
can I
really?
have 2 hot pots, please, Betty? Like, oh, like that.
2 hot pots.
Yeah, and stuff like that. Was because obviously it was agreed because obviously they were filming it and they had like auto cue coming on. Because at the time I was doing media and film work. I was doing drama, media, and film work at Newcastle College, editing and stuff like that. That's what we went down for.
You know, my next question is, where's this footage?
There's the footage of it, thank God. And then I had some yellow taxis outside, and then I stood on one pretend I was on fame. He said a picture. I had a picture of that one time.
Nice.
And I got on for doing it.
Went to the Fringe once in Edinburgh, and I got pulled on it was the what do you call it, the Long Mile or something like that.
Oh, the Royal Mile.
The Royal Mile Eye, and there's a bloke called Spike, full 3-piece suit, pulls me out of the crowd, and within about, I'm lying on the floor with about 300 people watching on the street, and he's got us there for like 15 minutes. I'm thinking, why the fuck did you pull me now? You could have no reason for me to lie on my back here. He wasn't doing it, he was just talking to the crowd, and then within about 5 minutes of him starting the show, I shit you not, he was down to Union flag speedos and nipple tassels, and he started juggling machetes while standing over the top of us.
Oh my God!
And,
You've sent me pictures of that.
I did, I think so, yeah. But the finale was him lying on a bed of spike, with then another bed of spike on his stomach, and then me standing on top of him. Which I swear to God, no matter how much of a professional he told us he was, when you got a guy my size, I mean, I'm 20 plus stone, guys, and I'm still sitting there going, are you really sure you want me to stand on this? Because I know you know what you're doing, but I'm a big boy. And he's like, no, do it. And even when I was on there, his face went from performer to, I am deadly serious, you need to get up when I tell you to get up. And I was like, I'm going to kill this man.
It's crazy.
That's literally within about 10 minutes of being in Scotland. Good fun, but not my style to do that for like 300 people, really.
So this bitch had set it up like so I can catch him or something. So is that why Tarberry's working as a bloody greeter thing?
Yeah, they've kind of skipped over the whole plan thing here, haven't they? I mean, I think them two have hooked up too quickly.
Oh, I mean, can you imagine if someone made a cocktail like this for you? I mean, and this just shows to me that you just...
Like Carl said, he's mental.
Like I said, I reckon he's definitely, he would be sanctioned. Section tattoo. At some point.
Oh God, yeah,
Here we go.
Again, this was all the rage, though. I mean, this was used in Hot Shots and all sorts, wasn't it?
Probably
Yeah.
Speaker Boys. Really, was it?
Yeah. Well, it reminds me of Jessica Rabbit when she does
Yeah.
that and Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Please.
But no,
Whatever,
Jessica
talks about
Rabbit
the
or
fact
anyone did what's about to happen in a second.
Oh my God. Oh yeah.
Aye.
Aye.
PG-13
Sure.
That guy looking like Prince at the front of the table there.
When you buy a rented video, you want to make sure it's
Look at
suitable
him,
for
Prince.
use at home.
You can
So-
tell his role model's Prince.
Can you guys remember that?
The guy with the red glasses. When you rent or buy a video at home, you need to be sure that the choice you make is suitable for the audience at home. I mean, I would get a VHS signed by him if he was doing the cons, like.
You're Perlman.
No, the fucking... When you rent or buy a video.
Well, the runner guy. He's out there somewhere.
That woman behind staring at the camera. Take your eyes away from the lens, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my god, this is so bad. This isn't as bad as Turtles 3.
Someone had
The
a...
Ninja Turtles.
Carl, can you have a look who the henchman is? Like, because it's really... Like, I'm sure he's in Summit.
The guy in the back right now with the funny hair.
Unless he's called the henchman.
He quite a bit different now, like.
What? Yeah, Tim here gets knocked out here.
I recognise him. I do recognise him. Jesus Christ.
It's so cheesy.
I can't remember much of it. I just remember certain bits like keep popping out, like, but.
I've got two bodyguards, but
The one that's on the floor now.
no pictures to the name though. That's the only thing which makes us think that it might not be very well known.
Binocular effect.
Okay.
So
That was night fishing?
I'd still have the binocular
That was night
effect.
fishing?
Sasha
Yeah, it was
for
night
Carl.
fishing.
Yeah. Then he did The Barber of Siberia and Out of the Present, along with this one, and that's all he's done. That's a sumo he's called Sasha. And then the other bodyguard, which is called Yuri, which I'll have a look in there.
This is Mason showing his VHS collection off.
Yeah, got me wallet and everything.
So Yuri was also the stunt in The Barber of Siberia, but nothing well known at all. As only did stunts. I'm just trying to think of how to verify him now, because you can say he is very much a henchman, but I've got nothing like saying he's henchman and like I say bodyguard.
They'll probably just use it for stunts, really. There's probably just stunt people in this, and they just give them the roles to have them there. Or you,
This is it. Oh, no, I think I might have found him. So Mason, you might have seen him from The Saint with Val Kilmer.
Nope.
He's the Russian colonel. Let's have a look.
Kim also used to go food with people and share food with people. You know what I mean? Those days are long gone now.
Oh, heart transition.
But it does look like some kid has got his dad's video editing stuff. Well, you just put it up to swipe and just choose which.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
they're just trying to pull off some tricks, aren't they? And then it's not really working for them.
No. Definitely enough.
Again, no, they're using locations quite well.
Yeah. I've gotta say, it does look a lot better than Police Academy 5. Just picture.
You really didn't like Police Academy 5, did you?
No, there's something about it, just the quality. Honestly, I'm just watching it. Funny. These big glasses are dirty.
That could be it.
Oh, that's what they called it, didn't it? They called it the game, didn't they?
Yeah.
It is literally called the game.
The game. How'd you have the game in? What game? The game. No, what
that
game we
game.
after? The game.
Have you got the new game? Oh, for fuck's sake.
He got a new Van Damme film, the way he kicks a person in the head. The new one where he kicks a person, or kicks people in all of them. Those towers in the background there.
What the fuck, man? I mean, it's not like he was hiding before he got in. He was just hiding in the box in general.
Do you know what he reminds me of? The troll from Freaked.
Yeah, I can see
Oh,
that.
Stewie somebody. Ricky Coogan. Is that Ricky? No. Stewie.
It's on
It's called
YouTube.
Stewie, aye.
That film's on YouTube now. I should get that Blu-ray release, you know.
It has in America, yeah.
I didn't know what it was until you mentioned it, and when I watched it, I was like, what the heck am I watching? I'm so glad I watched it.
Just got the soundtrack not long ago from Mondo.
That's what reminded us of it, but
He's a bit like Andy
So
Dick,
basically-
him. That's what he's like.
it's but I think who?
Andy Dick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
god, I need to. Oh, he reminds me of Face Off. Thingy's brother in Face Off.
Oh, who's in
Bye bye, bro.
he's in Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah, him, yeah. What we call him now? Bye, bro. I love Face Off.
State of the art fucking stealthy technology, that.
Yeah.
The messed up thing is, it didn't even work. It's like one of
No,
those
I
things
know.
where it's like, it just never, I would understand if it's like a trick that people like use every now and again, but it's like, it's never really been a thing that's actually worked.
I might try later on.
What are you going to do? Listen to your parents?
Yeah. Yes, it sounds a little bit awful.
I'm not a bit to argue, you know. Definitely early 90s moves and the jackets and stuff like that were big for people in the ties.
Size of a fucking phone.
So from what I can see, Mason, I think if I've got the right person, which I'm confident now, he's called Alexander. And like I say, the only thing I can see that I know you would probably have seen him, and if you had, was the Saint. But everything else he's done has been like, I've got a one called Dance to Death, which is Russian only. But that seemed to be all he is. He hadn't really done a lot. Unless he just got one of those faces.
He must have just them in the faces, like.
Odd.
So these stoogie
Honestly, those-
people.
Those people Russian like comedian. Something like that. Oh my god.
Fucking ninja skills, that man. Right, I'll call you back because we're about an hour.
Alright, cool.
Right, see you now.
Yeah. So just in the break there, an hour in. We've only got about 20 minutes after this. The guys will be back in a short second. Here we go. Just in time for one of the worst skits in Police Academy history.
Now,
All
mister.
over that, like.
Are you ready?
No, I'm gonna. Oh, wait there. Wait. Oh god, I remember it.
Oh, no way. You think it- oh my god.
You just opened the safe by talking to it.
Yeah. pretty sure the noise is not sound effect activated.
Do these guys not talk like that? Or what?
I don't know, I remember them being mute in the film, like, I don't know, I've never really questioned it. Unless they just couldn't do an accent, so they just don't say anything at all.
Yeah. I guess probably gangstery. Look at him with his patterns.
Well, I'm going to see you going back to that classic villain look with the trilby and the black jacket. It's like it being used like so many times in the series.
I got it with floppy disk. I remember having an Independence Day figure with floppy disks that came with it. You put it in the computer and have the game on it.
I remember that, yeah.
Christ, floppy disks, man, I forgot about them.
Good old days.
To put it in the Amiga, put it in, and then whatever disk to upload it, and put it in the disk in for it to load.
Yeah. I mean, they're pretty solid as well, though, when you consider. I mean, say what you like about them, but you know, CDs will scratch and will break, but it's really well designed.
The thing is, again, they talk about amazing VHSs and Laserdiscs and stuff like that, and mini discs, and even TVs from the early 90s were made to last.
Yeah.
Everything was made to last. Now you get 2-3 years out of stuff, and that's it.
Yeah.
Especially updates and like sort of flaws with software to make you want to have to update and stuff like that and shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, I have to read this out to you guys because this is absolutely brilliant. So Ron Perlman considered his work on this movie as a public service by shutting down the Police Academy movies for over 2 decades. Perlman said, "I'm not going to apologise. I did that piece of shit."
Lovely.
I love it.
Oh god.
Well, it wouldn't be a Police Academy if he didn't have his karate outfit on.
Just done about there though, Harris, he has a glass in his surveillance, like there, we've just had that skit.
It's unbelievable.
Fucking, I mean, there's another massive set, you know, guys, and the extras.
That's a lot of extras there, yeah.
They probably did it for features to be on film. That's what they've done. Oh god, undercover again.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, again, we've had we've had the restaurant, we've had the building site. Now it's just.
I mean, you've got to figure out that all these people are all the same people, though. It also said that Christopher Lee agreed to appear in this movie as a favour to Paul Malasky, as they previously worked together on numerous projects. So, explain why he's involvement in it.
I mean, he gets a paycheck, probably gets a family holiday to Russia. I mean, that's why some people do stuff like that.
Was he actually there in Russia, was he?
Hmm?
Was he actually there in Russia? I thought it was... Oh yeah, was that stop? Was it? Yeah, I think it was in the thing.
I mean, she should recognise him.
Yeah, true.
I think Tackleberry's been given too much to do in this.
That we're getting used to seeing him to a certain degree. That now it's too much. Yeah, definitely.
He's coming out of character.
Yeah.
There's a spin-off here. This is basically showing what Russia is, isn't it? The ballet, the circuit. This is just one big, like I said before, one big publicity for Russia, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then you go to Rocky IV when he's in the mountains and stuff. I mean, it's oh god. Oh. Why did I agree to watch this?
Hats off to Bailey, like, you know, at least he committed.
Oh god.
Oh.
You know, look what you did, Carl, right? We could have been watching The Labyrinth and you could have rang right now and went, oh, sorry, guys.
Let's be honest with you, Mason. The Police Academy was your project.
Yeah, but we would have to finish it anyway, wouldn't we? So, thank God for that.
I'm going to say we're going to see it to the end.
What's our next series then?
I was going to say there's a few.
Oh, Christ.
Christ, man.
Ends up in trombone or something, didn't he? I can't remember now. No, I didn't thought you did.
The game.
The box art on there is completely different to the Game Boy.
Yeah.
It's a different machine.
So apparently Bailey was brought on here last minute. Apparently he was only brought on because Bubba Smith dropped out. Interesting. Apparently in the earlier draft it was supposed to be Captain Hightower. But then obviously he dropped out, so they've obviously done the natural thing, which is go to Captain Harris. It's interesting because Harris has got a lot to do in this film, so they must have done a lot of rewrites.
But then they couldn't put hooks in.
Yeah. Just such a weird project. I would have loved to be like a documentary about it.
They're pretty more interesting than the film.
Yeah.
Jesus. That's too much. Look at Harris when look at him. I think if I had pictures seen this, I probably just would have walked out. And I've never walked out of a film ever in the cinema. Even Epic Movie, I didn't walk out on that.
Really?
Really.
You paid money to see Epic Movie?
I think all those screener things free. My friends do it all the time. Cheapskate.
Yeah, well.
You should go online and do it.
I mean, this bit here, it's like, what? I mean, this guy's been in this hotel room for fucking days.
Well, listen, that's what I said earlier on. I'm pretty sure his entire role was just sitting doing that thing in his room, which is quite an interesting approach.
Oh, it's me the other night.
It's me in New Zealand.
Oh, thanks.
I'm going to try this next time you're at the toilet, Paul, at work.
What? Sure, man. Hang on, that was a door.
What's that door made out of?
Fucking...
Did you see it?
Fucking wetboard by the looks of it.
Wait for it. It's just a movie.
It is just a movie.
It just leaves it? What the hell? What was that about? Oh, Christ. Tell me they finished.
Fucking Bailey took quite a fall there, mind.
I think if it didn't have him in it,
Yeah, that's the thing that's surprising about it being like a last minute on board, because to be honest with you, like I say, it almost feels like they've written it for him, and then all the other characters are just playing around with him.
Agree.
And would she really be outmatched by him based on what we've seen in other films?
Yeah.
No chance.
Nah.
Her entire character is based on being able to take on attackers, and being able to kick ass, basically.
I'm sure the guy, the henchman, Paul, you know who we're on about, he says, look, like, is he not in Jumping Jack Flash?
He got back a few times there, he got back a few years there, I can't remember that. I remember with Goldberg. I tried to forget about certain things and I think that's alright.
Move it, move it, move it, move it.
Go back what Carl said, and what you said, there's no way she would have one person just to, she gasses all.
Yeah, he's not even like a big henchman, he's just like an average bloke.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest with you, they've literally kidnapped the woman, which,
Yeah,
you know, like,
that's
then
what it is, isn't it?
in the end of the day, at this point, I mean, if it was Harris, it'd be like, oh fucking hell, Harris has been kidnapped again. So
Yeah.
in like no one's going to believe Tackleberry's going to get nicked. But so there could have been Jones, or it could have been the new Russian lass.
Yeah, that would have made more sense than the Russian lass.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
But obviously they need Tackleberry to do this, don't they? So
There's a cartoon bullet for you. That deserved to be in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
That looks like a from Austin Powers, Spy Who Shagged Me. Fat bastard. Oh yeah, baby. Hey.
what the fuck, man? Policia.
So to continue some amazing Police Academy facts, during the wonderful bike scene with Michael Winslow, apparently he unwillingly transmitted his funny noises over a secure military channel. When the military investigated, they recognised him from his previous movies.
Shut up, man.
Which unfortunately followed with a very sad one, which is Michael Winslow's wife died just 4 months prior to him working on this movie.
Jesus.
It's a weird fact for sure.
He really came out and did this just to keep himself busy.
Yeah.
Ooh, fucking hell, that was a...
Oh, Jesus, I just didn't have.
That's a chase scene ever is in a film. This is my opinion, though. The Raiders of Lost Ark, where he's got the ark in the truck, and he goes up on the horse. There's a chase. That's my favourite. Any film chase wise, because there's practically.
That's a series that we could do, like, if he's up for it. Indiana Jones.
You call him Dr. Jones, sweetheart. Yeah.
I think we should do I think we should do Jaws 3 next.
Jaws 3?
I mean, we are watching loads of people creep up his bushes right now, so I mean, it's not too much of a question.
Well, then Joe did created 3D. Thompson, one of our very first roles, so I don't know much about that. Look at the Elvis picture.
I know, it's
Him running up to her like a bull.
Just somewhere knocking on people. Can you remember those tubes in the ground? Can you remember? How you used to have fish and stuff inside, like fake fish and that.
I would love to have one of them at the moment. Look class.
Yeah.
That's the same shot from before.
Oh my god.
What the fuck, man? The oily creaking open the legs, I mean...
The thing is, I've seen Master of the Sky before.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
This is worse than that film. I'd rather watch Master of the Sky than this film.
You guys got access to YouTube right now, yeah?
No.
Yeah.
Can you see if can you see a look at Ski Patrol's on, Carl?
Yeah, just 2 seconds.
Because that's
I
like...
love Elvis pictures.
Thank you very much. You got to give it a hand down to Ron Perlman. Like, he's just fucking embraced and gone for it, like, hasn't he?
Like I say, he just jumped into it. I think that's what I quite like about it.
He knows what it is, and he's not, you know what I mean? Oh, fuck.
No. What the heck? Oh my god. Move it.
On the front door.
There's not much I can say about this film.
There's a lot of clips on it, Mason, but I mean, even one actually says the full movie, but it's not.
No, I absolutely love.
Just like
I love
a
Ski
playlist
Patrol.
of about 4.
What?
No, just Ski Patrol's obviously from the Critters at Police Academy. What's that?
Then you keep talking to each other all the time.
Sorry, it's just a movie.
Right. You're being. You see how it's. We're not all it. Just whacked.
Fucking hell.
Do.
Beverly Hills Cop there, like.
I just had a bit of the heaters on when I was having a walk before. So, what are your thoughts on this film so far?
It's exactly how I remembered it. Pure nonsense.
Would you remember watching 3?
I mean, to be honest with you, it's kind of like.
It's even called
I mean,
Game
don't
Ski.
get me wrong. I'm not watching this again if it wasn't for this podcast. You know, there's no desire whatsoever to pick this up. But you know, it's kind of. I mean, obviously we've agreed that throughout the season this is it getting campier and campier and campier. But I feel like if you've seen like 4, then 5, 6, it's not like a shock that this came out the way it did.
Do you know what we forgot to do?
And you just took my words out of my mouth, Paul.
We forgot to put a list.
You what?
The stuff like our like favourite to the least worst one.
I mean, come on, there's only 7 films. I'm sure we can think about it before the film ends. You've got 10 minutes. I mean, 7 movies.
I know, but it's hard though. Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, I'm sure we can do it. Yeah, no, I know it straight away. I know it. I know which one's bottom of it.
Well, mine will just be, I loved the first one, the second one was alright, and everything else could just follow. Everything shared third place.
Yeah.
Well, apparently, producer Paul Malansky is of Russian descent. He had originally wanted to shoot the sixth Police Academy movie in Russia, but could not get permission to film there until 5 years later.
Oh, thank God for that.
But this is the first ever American comedy to be filmed in Russia.
Is it the last one also?
I mean, I'm just surprised it's called comedy, but you know, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, like I say, the time it came out.
Have you seen the game sign on there? On the side of the box, looks like game sign as in the game, as in game shop.
Yeah,
It was like that kind of font on the side of the box.
Maybe that's where Game got it from.
I'm going to ask him when I go back next week. I'm going to ask him. Are you guys named after the game from Police Academy 7 at Mission to Moscow?
Fucking you'll ask their staff and they'll not even be born then.
Yeah.
This is going to be the longest end in any film. Oh God.
Try what? Cunt? Oh,
Excuse me?
What'd you say?
just I'm guessing the passwords there and something. Greed.
I thought I was calling you names then, call again.
Yeah, I thought, yeah, I see.
Oh my God, the computer's back. Yes, I know what you mean. From Russia. And then the Police Academy 7. Oh God, really? No one noticed that's happening.
No.
And he puts his hat to the side to how cool he is. Well.
Getting smashed.
I'm not surprised if it's pure vodka.
Vodka.
Yeah, it's a vodka.
It's a me, Janos.
Yeah. A child? Yes, you said this before. Yes, a child, yes, I know.
No pictures. No pictures. I mean, he's so cringy sometimes from Perlman.
He is, like, and it looks like he's just in a bad mood all the time, doesn't he?
Right, so there, Lestat's in for a sword fight.
Christ. Oh God, that's pretty good for an old man.
Oh, he's badass, like.
Yeah.
They were
It reminds me of it is Hot Shot 2 when they had the sword fight from the fire.
Yeah.
That's what this reminds me of right now.
I was going to say the same thing actually.
It wasn't him.
I'm sure we've cut his fingers up by now. We have to really hold the blade.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I would have preferred a car. I mean, again, at the end of the day, though, they haven't done a car chase or any form of chase at the end.
You just did before?
Oh no, but that wasn't the end of the movie.
Yeah. That wasn't like the end chase, what we always get. Look at that face, man. Jesus, wept.
And then that's it, just fade. I mean, again, look at that location for a backdrop.
They've just totally killed this franchise in one film.
This franchise was dead. This is just trying to revive it.
Leave it number 6 and that's it. Like I said, these days if it came back, it would be a Netflix movie or an Amazon film.
Yeah.
And that's what it'll be. And that's all. And again, with the cast, with the cast of 2 remake, with the return. I mean,
Yeah, well, this is it.
those are just far too long gone. So I think anyway.
Yeah, agreed.
So
Oh, yeah, I was just trying to think of is the guy in the hotel room, has he come out yet?
No.
Is that literally going to be like a lost story plot that he didn't kill him?
Definitely. Yeah, he did a good job there. I don't want to sound Russian, sound like Borat, but it did for me. You stand. The only thing that's returning is the freaking theme. Thank God for that. And now it snows.
That's nice, that's confetti.
Oh my God.
What the fuck, man?
Miss, I love to kiss you. I can't believe that. From going to like an 18 certificate to a 15 certificate.
Now check the ending out, though. I mean, this is where it's all at.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
So again, this is like really like out of the blue, isn't it? Really? It makes no sense. Did they just literally find a couple of grand lying around going, shit, we're going to spend this, what do you want to do? I've got an idea.
Whatever. Whatever. What a terrible send-off. Oh, I just can't believe it.
I just don't sadly think that they thought this was a send-off, that's the problem.
But the new lad doesn't even get a one, does he? It's all just the
Nah.
original cast, isn't
He's
it?
off, yeah, but he's off banging Filoni, isn't he?
Please
You
carry
know
on.
what it is, though? I prefer it that way, to be honest with you. I don't care for the new guy. If anything, the only thing I'll take from that is at least a showcasing the original cast that's still around.
Yeah. I've got to say, being at 18, 15 certificate all the way down to cheese.
It's basically like a Disney film, innit? Yep, so he's still in a hotel room. That door did not get cleaned up.
We will return Pierce Casimir 8. Lost in you. So it's going to be.
So I actually thought about the film order, and To be honest with you, it's probably going to be the most boring answer, but I've got to say it's going to come down for me is the first, second, then the fourth one, the third one, and then everything after 5, 6, 7. For me, I think it just progressively gets worse. I appreciate the fourth one a little bit more than the third one, but everything else, you can just see, in my opinion, the quality of the film just keeps going further and further downhill. So it's almost in sync, except for the fact that I think the fourth one just had a little bit more to offer than the third one. So that's my order.
Maybe 4, 6, just because obviously that's how I watched the kid. And I'm thinking 3, 2, 5, and then 7.
What about
So
6?
number 4 is my favourite.
Where's 6
Number
at?
6, which one did I miss out?
6.
The first one? Which one? Where did you put the first one?
Oh, the first one I'll probably put number just before Mission to Moscow, because it's not my favourite.
First one?
No, the first one actually. I would put.
No, stick to it. I'm not pressuring you.
No, actually thinking about it now. Just before Mission Miami, just before Miami for me.
Right? Yeah. Okay. What about you, Mason?
Right, so I'm going to say, for nostalgia, me personally, the favourite one would be Police Academy 2, because I think the cast are more established. I think the jokes have been better thought out of for a sequel. So I would say that. Then I would say number 1, because I think the original 2, how crude and how funny they are. But there's a lot of like the first one, I think it's really just sort of a training exercise to see if it works. So that's why I would say the second one's better, because you know what the characters are like. So the comedy, they've been put in better situations in the second one. After that, I would say the fourth one, because I think when it comes around to the fourth one, especially when you've brought in newer cast members over the third, the stunt chase at the end, even though it makes no sense why they're all up in hot air balloons, it's a fucking big ass fucking climax to the film. After that, nostalgia, I'm going to go for the fifth one, because it's one of the most watched ones when I was a kid. And like, again, to me it screams late 80s, and it's just that era of my childhood. Then it'll be the third. Water Chase is just funny class, especially the introduction of Zed and Sweet Chuck coming back. Then I'm going to say 7 over 6, mainly because I think, even though we've just watched 7, and 7's technically the only one of the 90s, I think 7's like, the scale of it's massive. It's probably the biggest scale. But I don't think the delivery of the cast is anywhere, shape or form. I just think the scale is. And then the sixth one's last, because, like, I mean, the sixth one, I remember it being fun as a kid. But when you look at it, again, with the rest, it's like clone bad guys. It's all shot in the back lot. They've really, really limited the budget. And not much of it's really funny.
Yeah, right. See, I would say, like, for me, the backlot, I particularly like that because it feels more like the Police Academy franchise. I feel like I appreciate the fact that they go to Moscow, and I appreciate that they go to Miami and stuff like that, but it just feels more like it's grounded. Whereas I feel like with this, like you said, the whole, like, Mission to Moscow will literally spend most of the film complimenting the set and the scene that we're pushing out, not the story, not what the characters are actually doing. We're just impressed by the way it looked. So I love that, but I just feel like if it goes down to overall, I feel like whereas you might put the backlot a bit more down, I would put that up, because I feel like at least it kind of focused on the characters, will give you like this weird, Blue Oyster scene, and the street that clearly should be busy and there's nobody there.
I mean, I agree with you guys when you were talking about the other day about how, like, Police Academy 6 generally try to have a fucking plot, but now when you look back at that and going, because that doesn't, I mean, again, it has a game, but there's not much development in the plot. It's right, he's the bad guy, we need to get him. There's a bit of mystery with the sixth one, but it seems unorthodox compared to the rest of the series, because there isn't much of a fucking overall plot. There's always like characters, returning characters, gag, new characters or bad guys, scenario, chase, end. That's pretty much that's how the films have been.
Yeah. Well, this is it. With the seventh one, I feel like that it wasn't a film. I feel like with the seventh one, it's just a series of skits that were all kind of just threaded together. Like I say, there's no real. I mean, sure, you know, you've got the game and everything, but like as far as the scenes played out, these were just like what I would class as like an SNL skit that they just kind of put about 6 or 7 together and then started like sort of sewing a story around it. So that's why I feel like the seventh one just feels a bit like Blur to me. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't really produce anything.
For me, it's mini nostalgia for me. That's who I've gone for the fourth one for, because the fourth one has good memories for me. I mean, as a kid, and even now I'm on eBay looking at just piece of Academy things, and there's a VHS spanner from Australia you can get shipped over. I mean, just weird, yeah. But as the series goes, it made money. It made Warner Brothers money. It's entertained people for years, and should just leave it as. And
I've got a TV series, I've got an animated series. It kind of is a success in some ways.
It could have a new film only if Steve Guttenberg came back. It's the only way they could really carry that, and just have have it not like a reboot, not a remake, just a continuation, and that would work, I think. But just a one-off.
Well, I'm going to say, do you not think within the generation that we live in, this would maybe sell better as a 6-part series, obviously, on Netflix or something like that? Where it's not about rebooting the franchise, it's not about kind of revamping it again. It's about basically just paying tribute, especially to the original cast. And like maybe just say we've got like a 6-parter, it's going to be, you know, a decent storyline. That's going to travel right. I would prefer to say like that than try and see. I don't think a film would sell. I don't think a studio would greenlight it, to be honest with you.
And
no.
This is Netflix, but then again there, Cobra Kai. How great is Cobra Kai? I can't wait for season 3. Obviously, Cobra Kai is more like member berries, but it's such a great show. Obviously, YouTube, it doesn't want to have it anymore now. But I think did YouTube not want it anymore, or did they get a better offer elsewhere though? I think what happened is that YouTube couldn't afford it anymore, or I think studios asking way too much money for it.
Because they're not really successful. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's either Netflix or someone else is going to pick it up. But what they're going to have to do, if it goes, let's say, if Cobra Kai goes to Netflix, they get season 1 and 2 first.
Yeah.
And season 3, so you can binge watch it. Because I think YouTube original was just a waste. I had it free for 1 month just so I could watch Cobra Kai, and I cancelled it after that.
Well, I think a lot of people did that, but then to be honest with you, I didn't know what that YouTube channel was until Cobra Kai came out. Like people saying, it's on YouTube, and I just assumed that it was going to be free to watch. And then someone was like, oh no, it's like an online subscription thing. I was like, I've never heard of this. I've not seen advertisements. I've not seen anything. So
it was free. It was free for a while, season 1 and 2, with adverts from Sony on it. But
they did the first episode for free as well, didn't they? I remember watching the first episode for free, and then have, like I say, do what you did, sign up, watch the series, then cancel it after a trial. Have you seen it, Mr. Dad?
Cobra Kai?
Aye.
No, I haven't seen it, no.
Oh, you got to get on that, man. It literally is it's just a lot, you know what I mean? Yeah, I've seen it. Isn't it just,
who's complaining about talking over each other now? We used to.
Fucking change. But yeah, like I said, I think that will be like a short part TV show or a Netflix special, like Pee Wee Herman. Pee Wee Herman got a new movie, didn't he?
He got a new Herman after he had his conviction and stuff. So you know anything's possible.
Yeah, but it was only an adult theatre, so I mean, nothing dodgy there. Like.
Well, it's not when you're hang on, you're associating with somebody who obviously, fair play, he grounded himself back, but he's still like a child, like host of a show. You know what I mean?
But if you think about it, Pee Wee original show on Broadway wasn't child friendly. His Pee Wee child friend first started it. He turned it around when see this TV show. Went, hang on. Actually do something with your character. Became it. So if you watch Pee Wee on Broadway, it's a little bit more edgy. but originally it wasn't supposed to be a kids thing. But it's like anything, like RoboCop was a kids thing. You got RoboCop toys. You know what I mean?
I could say didn't RoboCop get an animated series as well?
Yes, he did.
So
Yeah.
fucking Rambo.
I remember watching the TV series, like the live action TV series, and I was like so excited when it first came on. It was terrible.
Face and stuff,
Yeah.
He would shoot lights to fall on top of people like the A-Team would, so he didn't kill anyone. Jesus Christ. Yeah, but it's a piece of it's entertained us for years. It's still a big seller. I mean, it still makes money for Warner Brothers, and we'll see what the future is. But I don't think there'll be anything for quite a while. If it was anything, it would have been done by now.
Oh yeah, it would have been done ages ago. I mean, look at Steve Guttenberg and the rest of the cast being in Lava Lantula, and they're using the Police Academy on the front cover of the box to sell that movie, and it's even had a sequel.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's one of those things that's in development hell for years, and it will never happen. No, it's way too late. Steve Guttenberg's doing Goldbergs now anyway, so never again.
So what's our next one then?
No idea.
Howie guys, it's up to you.
Ideas?
You guys can choose what the next podcast is.
Well, we'll think about it.
I was going to say, are we wanting to stick to like a kind of a series of films, or is it just anything goes? Or,
We can just do
I mean, like I say,
we can do a few throwaways.
because don't get me wrong, I mean, I'm down for like The Labyrinth, and obviously that was an almost for you two to do. But to be honest with you, there's so many films out there that I would do, so I'm kind of like...
main two enough to do is Labyrinth and The Blob. But then The Blob you can wait time for a Halloween, can't you? You can do it one time. I don't know, it's up to you guys. Well, I think Labyrinth was pretty good, and Robin Hood. And yeah, I don't know. It's up to you guys.
Robin Hood is up there, but would it be... Because I would quite like the idea of doing either vice versa, but like doing Prince of Thieves and then following up with Men in Tights. You know, I think that would be quite just a weird, like, kind of
because they do
connection.
go together. Yeah, they do go together.
Yeah, or do it the other way around. Like start off like with Men in Tights and then say, right, this is what. Well, no, I think we'd probably be better off doing it the other way around. I think having Prince of Thieves,
like
taking it properly, and then doing something like Men in Tights to say what.
But you got films like the Kick-Ass, and you got films like Nightmare on Elm Street. You got thousands of films in there. But I think we'll just have a little decide, we'll have a little think, and we'll have a little think about stuff. Like I said, I'm the ideas down. So I've done the cinema one first with questions and stuff, and I'm just jotting the VHS ones down now. So, but then things are hitting us at a time to rewrite some stuff out. But they should be done soon anyway, ready for whatever. But something like that would probably be good at your house, Carl. Actually, I mean, yeah. We can actually be like talk about stuff. I mean, face to face.
Because introduce it that way. I'm down with that.
Anyway, I must go for a wee. One of me 10-hour wees as usual.
Right, well, I'll need to sign off the podcast as you're going for a wee, so I've been Stephen Monkey Mason. We're still recording, Paul, by the way. This has been the podcast for Police Academy 7, the very end of the series, so all 7 episodes are now out by the time you listen to this podcast. I've been Stephen Monkey Mason. I've been joined by Lubo Carl and the one and only Paul Rea. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.